Good Monday makers. My name is Jake, and in this week's episode, we're looking at a backyard fence, a raised garden bed trellis, a 3D printer stand with a built-in hack that dampens the vibrations of the printers, a solar panel mount for an e-bike trailer, and a DIY spray paint booth. So we got a lot of great projects, a lot of cool things involved. Let's jump in and check them out. First up is this fence from Don. This was a review left on the T connector. Thanks so much for leaving the review. We're glad you had a good experience. And this is a enclosure or a fence that he's building around their garden area here in the back. And you can see they did a really simple design. They've got T connector verticals. It looks like every few feet. And they've just got those going all the way around. I don't know entirely how the verticals are secured in the ground. Most likely it's a really common hack that we see people do where you just get some rebar stakes and you just stake those and hammer them into the ground. And you can slide the conduit over top of them. It works really well. You can also bury the conduit, but it really works well just to use those stakes and then put the conduit over top of them. They're not that expensive, and it works really well to secure it. So got all those verticals, and then it looks like they made a gate here. They can open and close using, I think, 4 T connectors in the corners, and then a 45-degree brace going across. And they said all they're waiting on is the fence material. As soon as they get that, they're going to add the fence material all the way around. They're going to have this nice raised fence area and enclosure that'll cover their garden and keep all the critters out. That's a great project, Don. Thanks so much for leaving that review and sharing this picture. We love seeing it. Next up is a project from Melissa, and this is a raised bed veggie garden that she just built a trellis for. And I think this was last year. She said she was kind of prototyping the design and proof of concept. This is last year. And then this year, she actually deployed that technique on all the raised beds. And it looks really great. I see a lot of shrink wrap. It looks like there's white shrink wrap on some of the verticals, and then there's blue shrink wrap on the top half of all the trellises. But it's a really simple design. And if you're doing gardening and if you want to build a trellis, this is a great technique and design that you can get inspiration from. So it looks like she used 6 verticals. Just there's one. Looks like for every post here, she's got the garden beds that have the kind of the corner pieces, or it allows you to slot the wood in them really easily. And it's a really great way to do a garden bed. But she added verticals inside of those, just using pretty tall. I would say that's probably, I don't know, 6 to 8 foot, probably, maybe even 10-foot sticks she just used. But she added verticals, and that's a really great technique for trellises. So you could just add a vertical inside your garden bed like that if you have a similar design. But you can also secure it to wood paneling using 1 or 2 hole straps. It's really easy to do and secures it in place. And then from there, once you have your verticals, you can just add the crossbars at the top and really brace it accordingly. And once you get the main frame, maybe you add all the verticals and then just do 1 pipe across and just build like the basic rectangle. You can get an idea of if you need to add some bracing or not. Really depends on how much weight you're planning on the trellis to hold. It looks like she's got a lot of vegetables growing there, so I imagine it'll be a lot of weight. So she's got a lot of cross pipes up here. But it looks like she used T connectors for the top of the verticals, and then she connected 3 horizontal pipes, and then she did 1 kind of cross brace all the way across. There's actually 2 with a 180 in the middle that connects. So you got 6 verticals, 3 horizontals. Got these 2 cross braces here. They're made up of 4 pipes, and the 180 connects them in the middle, and then T connectors on the outside here. It's a really great design. She kind of did that same technique on the other raised beds as well, and you can see that she added some more cross bracing about halfway up with T connectors going from side to side or from front to back. And on this one over here on the end, she added a sunshade material over top of it. So it's a really great versatile design. You can build just the basic rectangle and then kind of mod it. She doesn't have the braces over here, but she does here. She's got trellis netting on this one. This one has a sunshade. So there's different things you can do once you get that basic frame and that trellis up. You can kind of customize it to your needs. So that's a great trellis, Melissa. Thanks so much for sharing that in the community. We love seeing it. Next up is a project from Jacob. You might remember Jacob's build in the past. He did the really cool corner desk. That was really awesome. And this is his latest project. He said it's still in the works, but I wanted to share it with you anyway because there's a really interesting hack here. So you can see he's building a framework that's going to take up this closet and it's going to hold all of his 3D printers. And he said he's going to be adding some, I believe, what are those panels called? Plexiglass doors, and then some LEDs inside. So I have this a really cool lit up area for 3D printing. And you can see he's built this framework. So it looks like there's 4 verticals in each corner of this closet here. And there's some T connector bracing going from side to side. And then same thing on this bottom shelf here. And he said he might be adding some more bracing, either a vertical in the middle, or he might just change out and do 1 inch going side to side, just to support all the weight of printers once he gets them all on there. He's kind of playing around with some ideas for that. But what's really cool here is he did this interesting technique for dampening the vibrations. We've talked a lot with the community about ways to do this, because like the studio desk that we're sitting at, whenever we kind of did a video about it, people asked, what were some good ways to dampen the vibrations? Like whenever we do live streams, we've hammered and stuff like that. And, the cameras, we don't want them to shake whenever you're hammering or doing different things at the desk. So we've had people ask, and this is a really good technique. So what he did was he took some pipe insulation, put it over top of the conduit, and then he used 1.5-inch conduit hanger straps that you can get locally off the shelf, and just clamped them over top of the conduit and the pipe insulation, and then connected that hanger to the bottom of the printer. And then those cross braces are just connected to the frame. The side to side pipes are connected to the pipes that are actually, dampened and connected to the printer. He used crossover clamps for that. So it's a really great technique, and I'm curious to see how well it dampens the vibrations. But I think in concept, it's a really good idea. So really great build. Jacob, can't wait to see it finished. Thanks so much for sharing your progress. Love seeing that hack. Next up is a project from Jason, or Hank the Tank 724. We've talked a lot about him on the channel. We have an interview with Jason, and he's been working on a lot of different projects. And lately, he's been working on this because Hank, the Honda Element, has become ill. They're thinking that maybe it's a head gasket. So unfortunately, Jason couldn't make his trip to the Elements on the Dragon, which is unfortunate. But he said he's working on some other projects while Hank is being worked on. And this is what he's doing. He said he really enjoys doing multi-day cycling tours. So he's got this e-bike. He already had this trailer here, but what he's done is he's adapted the T-connectors to the diameter of the tubing on the bike trailer using, I'm not sure what that is, but it looks like it's working well to shim it down. He's got that connected to different parts of the e-bike trailer. And then we can see here that he used the grip clips, which we've seen a lot of people use lately in a lot of different projects, which is really cool to see. They're a great hidden kind of accessory that allow you to do a lot of different things. Got the solar panel mounted on top, and he's secured it to the pipes using, I think it's zip ties on the front here. And then he's got grip clips on the other side. So what this allows him to do is he can pop it off and kind of open it like a hatch, and the back will kind of swivel using the zip ties. It's a really simple kind of hinge that he's made there with zip ties, and then it just clamps back down. So he can just open, close it really easily, and access the battery or the power bank here. And it's just a really neat idea and a great technique to do that. Really simple. He just secured those grip clips. If you haven't seen, we've talked about these recently. Basically, they're just a clip that is actually designed to hold broom handles, mops, shovels, things like that, rakes. So you can organize those things, just hang them on the wall, and they just pop in place, and easily take them on and off the wall or something like that. We've had a lot of people use them recently for making kind of quick release panels for different things. And this is what Jason did for the solar bike trailer. Here you can see it all where it's kind of in the down mode, and it's snapped in place, and you can ride around like that, and then you can pop it up if you need to access this basket here. So really clever. Great idea, Jason. Thanks so much for sharing that. We love seeing it. Best wishes to Hank. Hope everything, is all right with him, and he can get back on the road so you can get some more camping trips in. But thanks so much for sharing that. We love seeing it. Next up is a spray booth out of Maker Pipe, and this is from Aaron G on TikTok. He also has a YouTube channel where he's building a tool shed out of Maker Pipe. He's doing a lot of fun projects. We really appreciate him sharing it with us. But this is a TikTok he did a little while ago. This is a spray booth.
Collapsible paint booth.
Let's watch this here and see how he does this.
So it needs to be fully enclosed, except where I'm actually spraying. I don't want to have it set up all the time.
I'm surprised more and more people haven't done spray booths, because you could build a simple framework like he's doing here and make a booth like this. So it needs to be
easy to take apart.
First step is to get this conduit cut to the right size.
Now that these are cut the right length, we can start assembling the base. Now we just get this stood up. Lost one. Lost two. Don't fret, we can tie them up. So this is the door. I apologize, that was a really dumb. Okay, so we got this set up. Now I'm stupid, so I didn't think about how many of these I would need, so I ran out. But I think that's going to be okay, because it's pretty solid, and it's not holding any weight.
So if we pause before he puts the material on, he just did a really simple frame. It looks like, I think it's T's on the bottom, so he kind of made 90-degree connectors with the T's here. And he must have run out of 90-degree connectors. But he's got this basic square with T's, and then he's using T's on the end to go vertical. And then at the top, he kind of did the same design, except he said he ran out of T's, so he couldn't do the cross or side-to-side bracing. But now he's just adding the material, as you can see.
I think I've got it figured out. I know there's a big hole. Just bear with me. I was originally going to sew this together. I think I figured out a way to do this without having to cut the drop cloth. We found a giant
Oh,
box
nice.
of these big old butterfly clips, and they happen to fit perfectly around the maker pipe. Paint Booth City over here.
Oh, that looks great. So yeah, he's got the framework up, and then adding that material and securing it will add a little bit of rigidity to it. But it's lightweight material, so it doesn't have to be super rigid. But that was a really clever hack. So he used the butterfly clips. You see those all the time. Get them at like Dollar Tree and different places. But he used those to hold the canvas material on the outside of the framework, and now he's got this spray booth. It looks
I was
really
gonna
awesome.
run Velcro in here, but since it all overlaps on the inside, the overspray will not escape. We put up our little front piece. We call it the front piece because it's on the front. Pro tip for you. Paint Booth City, baby!
Can you say perfection? Got the
Nice. Really simple, not that many connectors, not that much conduit, and now you have a simple booth if you're doing something in the garage or, you don't want to get that overspray all over the place. So that's really great. Thanks so much, Aaron, for sharing that on TikTok. We love seeing it. Definitely check out his TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. He posts a lot of cool projects. He's really funny, has all kinds of jokes and things in there. Definitely check out his profiles. They'll be linked below, and all the builds from today's episode will be linked down below if you want to check them out in more detail. Thanks, everybody, for posting your builds. We love seeing them. We love doing these episodes, and we look forward to it every week. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.